Hey, so what's up, guys? So this is my Fender 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb, and I bought this, I don't remember when. I think it was probably 2014 or 2015 when I picked this up. Yeah, because I had played it at Sam Ash in Dallas, right? And then I was like, oh god, I have to get that amp. And we came home, and then I bought the amp. So it must have been somewhere in 2015 when I picked this amp up. And I want to say I got it from Z-Zounds, possibly. I don't know. Anyways, so this is a Fender 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb amp. And I just kind of went through the custom channel and the vintage channel in the number one position of both channels with my Friedman BE-OD pedal, right? And so the point of that is to show you how with a gain pedal, right, you can get a really awesome saturated tone out of an amp like this. And the reason why you would use an amp like this is because the complexity of the tubes. I think there's like a total of 7 or 10 tubes in that amp. I mean, there's a lot of tubes in there, and the way it rectifies that signal and just like enriches it and saturates it and then just puts it, you know, like serves it up for you is something that's like, I don't even know, you know, like this is why I always say if you use a classic amp, you know, i.e. my Vox here, if you use a classic amp, classic architecture design amp, and then you goose it, you know, up front with a great gain pedal or drive or lead pedal or something like that, you stand in a better chance to get the overall tone that is highly desirable by the most elite of players than you do if you were to like buy, you know, some gain amp. Like I'll pick on its little EVH over here, right? I really like the EVH, but I don't like the EVH. I mean, it's hard to say, right? It's certainly not as flexible as this amp, right? And this is a Fender 68 Custom Deluxe Reverb. So let's go through some clean tones for you. It's just so rich and full-bodied. This is a vintage channel, so let's check out what the custom channel has. And as you know, the specs, right? The custom channel is based off the Bassman stack. Yeah, that's a Fender, right? I mean, of course, you know that sound. Throw a bit more reverb in there. Yeah, it's my first time to play this amp in months. I had a Blues Deluxe, a Fender Blues Deluxe, but I traded it on Facebook or Craigslist for that Vox because I had the 68 Custom Deluxe. So it's like, I got the 68 Custom Deluxe, I'm totally in love with this amp, and the only thing that's missing from my repertoire of amps is the Vox, so I went ahead and got the Vox. So that's this amp, right? So I incidentally have a couple of assortment of pedals here. What you heard at the intro was the BE-OD pedal. Yeah, I definitely will probably never get rid of this amp and the Vox. I'll probably never get rid of the Vox. I'll hold on to my oranges. I'll hold on to my PVs. You know, I'll probably get rid of the Marshalls and like the EVH. I would probably get rid of those, but I would never get rid of the Fender, the Vox, and my PV and oranges. There's just something about those amps. So let's mess around. I have other pedals on the board here. So that was the BE-OD with a little bit of gain, a lot of volume, good tightness, straight up on the bass, a lot of treble, and a lot of presence, right? Let's try, so this is the amp, Bassman Tone Stack, which is a custom with an EP booster. Let's throw the EP booster on. So this is Xotic Effects EP booster. Instantly paradise, right? Instantly. Yeah, I really have not played this amp in so long, and it's just wow, you know, she's pretty. So that was the EP booster in the vintage channel, I mean the custom. Now let's mess with the vintage channel. So this is the vintage channel, clean, you know, almost thinking about breaking up, but not exactly there. I wish I could have got the camera closer so you could see the knobs. EP booster on. The vintage channel likes to get hairy. So here we go. Cool thing about an amp like this is there's so much you can do with it, because it's just like, it's like a single channel amp, right? It's got two different channels, but it runs in single channel architecture. It's either or, right? Just like the Vox, right? You got the top boost and a normal boost, right? And you know, this board I have right here, I have like the Sweet Baby from Joyo, I have the Golden Plexi. I mean, like, these pedals, and I have the Soul Food from ELectroharmonix, the Dark Matter, the Archer from J Rocket Audio. I even have a little cheap overdrive pedal from Monoprice, which is amazing. And then I have the Green Mile from Moore, right? Like, each one of those pedals that are all kind of gainy and drivey pedals, they all interact differently with an amp like this, and you get like such rich, different shades of gain and like just being there. So yeah, here we are in the vintage channel. EP booster now. booster had quite a bit of volume on it, like the knob was all the way almost up. So here, let's go back to clean. Vintage channel. We're gonna throw on the Soul Food, ELectroharmonix Soul Food. You tell me what you think about this. Now, I really don't like this pedal on a lot of other amps, but for whatever reason, this amp, this pedal, they have a lot of fun together. In this vintage mode, that is. Running it in a boost setting, so the volume up, the treble up pretty good, and then the drive not so much up, so like about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Let's give it some more drive. So that's the vintage channel. Let's throw that into the custom. Yeah, so that was the ELectroharmonix, and let's get back to the OD, the BE-OD Friedman. She's got a lot of character in there, man. Like, I mean, I wish I had time to just like sit here and just go through all the pedals on the board. Here's the Donner, so clean. Donner. Back to the vintage. Now, okay, I just thought of something. So right off the bat, I'm not using this speaker. Okay, obviously, I'm using my 4x12 Marshall with vintage Celestion 30s in there, right, with an SM57 and an MXL R40 ribbon mic, running into my Focusrite i8 right here, right. Also, real quickly, there isn't an effects loop on this amp, right? So no delay unless you put it after your gain pedal, and that's a bummer. But the flip side is you get reverb, which is highly good. And you get tremolo. I like to ride it very low, with not so much intensity. Just so it's giving it a little bit of, you know, like waveform. See, that's how I run my Vox as well. Like the amp, it does something when you throw just this tiniest amount of tremolo in the signal. It does something. It like expands the sound like a chorus pedal would, but not chorusy, you know. I doubt that's going to come over across YouTube with all the compression, but I feel it with my headphones on here. Anyway, so yeah, we're in the vintage. We're gonna throw on the Donner pedal in the vintage channel. And I have that Donner EQ set to like a mid hump and a high push, you know, with back off on the lows, just to kind of tighten up the frequencies on my high gain amps. Anyways, what do you think about that, huh? I mean, have you had a chance to play one of these? I tell you what, I really want to get my hands on the Vibrolux or whatever, or the Vibroverb version of this amp, the Fender 68 custom Vibrolux. I really want to get my hands on that amp. That would be, if I bought another Fender amp, it would be that amp. And I would like to hear how that sounds compared to this. And you know my style. I'm not really interested in the speakers that come on board these amps. I use my own 4x12 an isolation booth, which is my closet, right? So, you know, 4x12 in there with the microphones on the speakers. What do you think about that, huh? This is a pretty good sounding amp. I just like how you get everything, and you don't have to change channels. All you got to do is mash a stomp box, and you get, you know, your. I tell you what I really like is the EP booster on this amp. Yeah, let's try that. You know, it doesn't have the EP booster does not have the balls on it like, you know, an Ed Van Halen pedal, right? difference there, huh? Isn't that crazy? How just the EP booster. You know, I don't know if if Xotic makes like an EP booster gain pedal. That would be awesome, wouldn't it? Like, if you could merge the EP booster with the BE-OD, right? Like have them in one pedal. A Friedman Xotic EP booster with a BE-OD. Yeah, that would be my pedal. Like one pedal is the booster, and then the other pedal is a Friedman, and then you can like blend in between them. That would be so awesome. That would be like the best pedal ever. I swear. Soul food. Yeah, that's the ELectroharmonix soul food. I really wish I had more time to configure. Maybe tomorrow I can do that, because the Archer and the Green Mile sound amazing through this amp. So does the Dark Matter and the Sweet Baby and the Golden Plexi. Those pedals all sound godly. I mean, it's one of those amps that like you see on the box or someone say, oh, takes pedals well. That's this amp. This amp takes pedals well. Because like on the gain amps, like the PV, you can't just throw a slammer in front of the... You can't throw a gain pedal in front of it because it's already too gained out. It squashes. And that perfect example of that is with the EVH. You really can't put any pedals in front of the EVH because it sounds like ass when you do that. It's just like too much, right? And if you look at them, it's just these classic amps, these classic amp designs, man. It's just like an old Corvette Stingray, you know what I mean? You put a big ass engine in that, and it's like the best car in the world. It's got the curves and the muscle. Compared to these newfangled cars, they look like they're all plastic and they're gonna fall apart. Like some kid's model or something. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here. So what do you think? Pretty awesome amp, huh? You like it? If you like this video, I really would like you to subscribe and comment. Tell me what you think about this. And leave a like. It really helps me, and it motivates me to do more and more of this. Some people like my content because I'm very, upfront. Some people don't. That's fine. It's minimal editing. This goes right into this iPhone camera that I'm using here, and goes right into my, my video mixing software, where all I do is just cut the end and cut the beginning and like put my tags on the video. Like layers. I mean, there's no post-production here. There's no post-audio modification or anything. This is what the amps sound like through a 4x12. And, I've been saying it for years, man. You could take an amp like this, little tiny baby amp, sounds like a little piece of crap on a little 8-inch speaker that it was designed for, by the way, right? But you plug that into a 4x12 and all of a sudden you get God mode. Just something about it. Big displacement, like a big motor, a V8 engine, right? Versus these little turbocharged 4 cylinders. You just can't beat a Corvette, a big V8. You can't beat that, man. I mean, you can, but it takes a lot to get there. Like even like a Volkswagen Golf with turbos on it can blow the doors off a Corvette. But you're gonna look like a dumbass doing it, right? All that modeling software stuff, just get a real amp. Even if all you had was an amp like this, or all you had was a Vox, you can make it sound wonderful. And the key is having a great guitar and a great pedal, and knowing what the hell you're doing. So anyways, that's this video. This is my studio guitar vlog series. I really hope you enjoy it. Comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Rock on, y'all.